Good evening, folks. It's not right. Bear with me. Hello. How we doing? There. Light and backgrounds. Hello. Welcome in. It's Thursday. How we doing? Hey, Jam. How you doing? Hey, Silver. How's things? Music's bloody loud again, isn't it? Why does it keep being so loud? There. That's better. Well, at least for now, anyway. Hello. Thursday. Another adventure day. How are we doing? How's your week been? Mine's been busy, and so sounds like all of you tired after a long day. So sort of same as his Jam. Yes. I'm feeling that as well. I was driving home tonight going, oh god, I'm so tired. Hey Nathan, how you doing? Yes, busy week, yeah. Same here. Yes, but only one more day to go and then Hollybobs. So hey, looking forward to that. Lot to do in the weekend before we get away, but yes, we'll be here. So all good fun. How's Nathan? Kath will be with you shortly. Twitch is just updating on her iPad. Fair enough. I do miss Maisie Bug. I wish you would get better and join us, which she isn't doing next week, by the way. I'm sorry for it, so never mind. But we're here. It's Thursday, and we're going to do part 2 of James's very own Savage Realms gamebook, the Tavern of Gallows Hill, part 2. What did I call it? What did I call it? I said, part 2, Still Hanging. That's right, Still Hanging. Which of course you could use as your catch line for return to the Tavern of Gallows Hill. Back to swinging around like dead bodies. I was trying to cut something catchy in it, and that's as good as I could get. It's no breakdance to Electric Boogaloo, unfortunately, but never mind. Tell me, is that music still too loud? Yeah, that's way too loud. Jesus, why is that so loud? In the process of finishing off a quiz for work tomorrow, so apologies from bits. Like, no, don't worry about it. I'm just going to drop this music. I don't understand why it's so loud. Hello. Is that alright? Is that fairly balanced? Still too loud, perhaps? Let me know if you think so. Okay, maybe that worked that way around. That's better. More fine control over it that way around. Just kind of want it just sitting in the back. There we are. That's better. Hello. And then it decides to get loud. I don't get it. It's just all over the place. Never mind. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's only there as its background. If we need to turn it down, we'll turn it down. But yes, hello. Welcome in. So, are you ready to carry on with part 2? That's the big question. Unless there's anything you want to talk about before we start. Congratulations, of course, to James for fully funding his initial boot on Kickstarter for Paranormal Hero 3. So well done to James for that. When's that out, James? So obviously the campaign's run until the end of the month, but when do you expect to have the book written and out by? Was that April, was it? Hey, Kath, hey, subscribe for 27 months. Hello, my darling. Welcome in. Thank you, my love. Welcome to your Kath. Kath has regenerated. Yes. Kind of distracted with making a neutral evil D&D character. Oh, nice. Yes, please do enjoy your ad-free viewing and your emotes, Kath, as always. So, Jam, yes, when do you reckon your book's going to be available for purchasing for everybody else who's not backed it? That's still... Why is that so loud? It's really loud. It's making no difference. Why is that making no difference? Right, there we go. The emoji bombs all had hats on. Yes. Very nice, very nice. Guessing summer next year. Depends how fast the art's done. Fair enough, fair enough. So yeah, excellent. Good timing, Kath, because we're literally just about to start. Ken's Kickstarter, where's he at? I've not checked. Did I get it open? Did I close it? I may have closed the tab last week. Oh, okay. Kickstarter Edra Tales. What's he doing? To Kill a Thief. There we are. £369 to go. So what's that? 360, 18%. So 82%. 82% complete. Not bad. Not bad. He's still got 21 days to go. So, as we said on his stream last night, he's probably going to do. I think he did a push today, and then I'll probably do a push in a couple of weeks' time for him and see how it goes. And hopefully, we'll get that one over the line as well. Right. Sounds much better level-wise. Yes. Finally. This bloody Viking, epic Viking music which keeps jumping back and forwards. No idea what it's doing. It's all onto itself. Never mind. Never mind. Right, let's crack on then, shall we? Who can remember where we got to last week with our spangly pink sheet? 259 is the entry that we are stopped at. So that's where we'll be carrying on from today. Yes, our character, Catherine Bluebell of Wilhelm, aka Kath for short. Fight starting, yes there is, that's right. So for life force of 25, currently it's still 25, we're a fighter adept. Combat skill score of 6, stealth 2, lockpicking 2, pickpocketing 2. Sorry, I got it. I don't know why. Intellect 2, Strength 2, Agility 2, Charisma 2, Resistance is up to 3, and Luck is 2. We have the code words Alias, Reverend, and Escort. We have 37 gold pieces. We have 2 food, which restore 2 life force each. We have a double-edged longsword, leather armour, health potion ×1, which restores 5 life force. And we have the Sun God brooch, which is made of brass. We know that there are 16 members in the caravan. So, there's that. Did we die horribly last time? No, that was the other book. This is, we're on to James's tavern on Gallows Hill. There we are. Let's get some sheets into the foray there. It's still very dark tonight. I'm not sure why. Oh well, we'll work on it as we go. So, the options we had were... we're out on the trail, that's right, so that we're on the trail with the caravan. There's Maisie, there she is. Hello, my darling. I'm currently stuck under Purdy. But blimey, hello. 26 months. Thank you, my darling. Welcome to your ad-free viewing and your emotes, as always. Perfect timing. I was trying to find something suitable for that, but I could only get a nice bit of Joker. Nice bit of Joker to start the evening off with. They didn't have anything by The Hangman's Gallows or anything like that. I'm getting muddled because I've been catching up on the VODs for Sherwood too. Ah, excellent. So 2 VODs for Sherwood. The start of... so yes, the second VOD we started To Kill a Thief. We continued To Kill a Thief at the beginning of last week, and now we're on to James' book. Which is excellent. Purdy bomb in your face too. Ooh, poo, it's a purdy bomb. So we're on a caravan, that's right. And we've been riding. It's doing that thing again. Why is it doing that thing again? Stupid. Does that keep resetting the VOD? So annoying. Barely a few minutes have passed when you hear Kalos yell out, "Dust trail! Riders approaching!" and out in the open you've clearly been spotted. You quickly summon the other fighters to form a tight barrier between the caravan and the approaching threat. It is an old orc raiding party, and as they draw nearer they begin screaming battle cries and swinging their weapons with deadly menace. Could be worse, because it's been Dennis the menace. At this time, roll 2d6 and add 2 to their total. This is the number of orcs you and your men will have to fight. Oh no. That's an awful lot of orcs. By the way. I'm just saying. See if we roll a double 6 here. I'll not be happy. Okay. Let us start off with... Pardon me. My little dice. Oh no! Don't go away. Black. Yellow. Green. Right. A dodeca sixes. It's the Munchkin card. 2,452 orcs. Yes, exactly. I hope not. We've already got a duck on our head. Don't want any more than that. Right, let's see what we've got. Good lord, 9. So 9 orcs. 9 orcs are raiding. 9 orcs. How does this work then? This is the number of orcs you and your men will have to fight. You may divide them equally between you and your fighters. If the divide is not equal, unfortunately, you must take on the remaining orcs yourself. However, you can kill one instantly if you have a crossbow. No. Each orc has the following stats: Orc, Life Force 20, Combat 3. So this is our first proper fight. And we have 9 of them. So, double, yes. So our caravan has 16 members. So that means that... God, do we have to roll for everybody, James? How does that work? Let's go back to the section on fighting. Is there one? Each fighter... Yes... But we don't have stats for the fighters, do we? I thought there were 16 members in the caravan. So I take on 3 of them. Am I missing something? What have I missed with the caravan? Where did we start the caravan? 293. No, before that then. 363. Ten are merchants. Right, sorry, my apologies. Thank you. So, 10 are merchants, 6 are guards, plus me. So, they take on 1 each, so I only have to defeat 3, and if I defeat 3 with 1, yes? And so it's... okay, fine, right. So what I'm going to do... then, is I'm going to roll 1 of these each. I'm going to roll a black one for damage. Okay? Let me know. So, is it going to? Are we going to be purple or blue? Purple or blue? One apiece. Blue, right, blue, there we go. Blue is up. So we're going to be blue, they will be purple. Hopefully, we'll only end up black and blue, but they'll be red and purple because they'll be dead. So I'm going to roll these. He says, having closed the book and forgotten how he needs to, roll a d6 for each of us. Then we add our combat scores to it, and our combat's 6, and theirs is 3. So if we just add 3 to our dice roll, that'll work because there's 3 more. So if we add 3 to our dice roll, yep, that's right. And then whatever the damage is. Let's go that way. So we're blue. Four, 5, 6, 7 versus 3, and we do 4 damage to the first one. Ah, good. Right, so we're going to do this 3. So okay, 4. So that's down to 16. Okay, this will work. This will work. We're blue. Remember that feeling. We're blue. 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 6, and the 3 damage. 11. Six and 6, it's a draw. Nobody does anything. 7, 1, 2 damage. 9 to 4, 2 damage. This is still only the first one. Curse having large life forces. 9 to us and 6 damage. Ha ha ha. Much better. That's good. Ouch. They do 3 damage to us. Pants. 25, 22. Take a look after this, the devils. 8 to 1. 1 damage. Well, that's good, because that's the first one dead. And we'll carry on with the next one. That's 1, 2, 3. Alright, here we go. That's 1 down, 2 to go. Hope our lads are doing well. That's a draw. 6 to 3, that's 2 damage. Stop jumping music. For 8 to 3 and 1 damage. Just, chopping little bits of him. Slice here, slice there. Whoa, 8 and 3 damage. 14. Ooh! 6, 9 and 5. That was 5. Excellent. Down to 9. This is good. I like this. 3, 6 and 4 damage. I need to move that pen out of the way. I keep going to pick it up. It's really annoying. 9 and 2 damage. 5 and 1. 8 and 3, so he's dead. Last one then. 4, 8, 4, 7, yeah, so that's 2. That's another 5. That's another 1. Another 2. Down to 10. 4, 5, 6, 7 is another 1. Yes, definitely just chipping away at this one here. That's 5, so that's another 4 off. Good. Nice big bash, come on. Oh yeah, that's it, 6, dead. Hooray! Well done, everybody. Dead. Nice. Awesome. Right. Congratulations. Our first battle. 2, 5, 9. Yep. Clash and smash, and they are ghosts. We win the battle. Turn to 72. Hooray. How many of our men are left, though? I bet we have to roll the dice to find out. Oh, okay. The last of your foe falls dead from their horse, and your other fighters have sustained a few superficial injuries, but have also survived the attack. Hurrah! You tell them to take their spoils, and they begin rifling through their victims' belongings. Of course, you also acquire some items for yourself, obtaining 8 gold pieces. So that takes us up to 45. 45 in the old gold front. A vial of liquid with the words Mayosi labelled on it. And the leg section of a deer, but the latter smells a little past its best, so you leave it behind. Add this to your personal inventory now. Vial. Mayosi. Alright, there we go. Alright men, time to regroup with the caravan before more of these scum arrive, you shout. Gallows has the idea of taking the orcs' horses as well, and you each grab the reins of an unmounted equine, knowing full well that the rest of the horses will follow suit. Loot the corpses, exactly. After a few moments you're back with the caravan in your lead position, and you hear much muttering over the triumph. Turn to 180. Why muttering? Surely it's a good thing, no? A victory! Giggles Chandra, wiping the wine drops from his beard as his servant Jibby fans his face. Indeed, we were very lucky, you reply, and additionally, we now have more equines. Ah, I knew we were in good hands, he flatters. You return his comment with a smile, looking forward to your next break more than anything else. This happens about an hour or so later, and it is a little basic, but enough to sate your appetite, restore up to half of the life force points you lost, and then return to 318. So guess what? That allows us to take... well, we lost 3 points. So 1.5 rounded up is 2. So I'm going to say we have 24. Dispute me at your peril. 318. You have travelled a full afternoon without incident and are beginning to get concerned you may have stumbled off course. However, eventually you come upon a signpost with 2 wooden arrows nailed to it. One points due west and says Lochton, and the other one points northwest and says Shinorley. Either direction will take you towards even your. Chandra also makes a good point that you may find a nice tavern with proper beds and not be burdened with the dangers of camping. The final choice, of course, stops with you. Will you head east to Lofton? West to Lofton, or will you head northwest to Shinorley? Shine a light on me. Shinorley. Lochton, Loughton, Lochton, or Shinorley. Lochton. Sounds like Plochton. Gone, but not forgotten. I'm getting a bit Lochton in the tooth for this. Lochton. Ah, Campbellton Lochton, I wish you were whiskey Campbellton Lochton, okay. 1 for Lochton. L for Lochton, S for Shinorley. Gosh, how far behind is the stream? Because it's the one I can spell. Nathan's going for Lochton as well. Cyril said Lochton, Maisie said Lochton. Excellent. All the L's. Fair enough. Let's rock with that then. Lochton 276. I'm just slow in time. Silver, don't worry, genuinely. I think the stream is about 20 seconds behind. Just from what I'm seeing on my end here. So, there we go. We're not dropped any frames. Our kilobytes are good tonight for a change. That makes a nice change. CPU's running at 23%, 30 frames a second. We're okay. All green, as they say. Jam, feel free to throw your tuppence in to persuade or dissuade as you see fit. 276. It must be a while since you've played this. Or is the problem that having written it, you just end up knowing it so intimately well that you daren't play? I know. Speaking to Jonathan about it, he said he'd find it hard to play Alice these days. Speak no evil, yes. Having asked him in the past, he said there's lots of stuff he doesn't remember, because of course it was 2015 when he wrote that, and I don't think he's visited it since, really. That's not true, because he did sit in on some of our first sessions when we did it, which was lovely. Okay, so we're heading towards Lockton. As the last few hours of daylight begin to wane, you hear Chandra fussing behind you that if the caravan does not stop soon, it will be too dark to make a camp. A quick chat amongst the other fighters also reveals none of them have ever been to Lockton. Ah. The minutes roll by, and a wooden area soon comes into sight. They pass another severely weathered sign which says Lockton, Village of the Woods. You see, Chandra? Seek and you shall find, you tease. He lets out a jolly laugh, replaying with some rubbish that he always had faith in you. The trail you've been following is indeed heading towards the woods, so you decide to stay on track. It is not long before you reach them. 113. The bus I get from Walliford into work, sometimes. And a good little bus it is, too. Very handy. I still haven't forgiven Jonathan for canting the map over by 90 degrees in the maze in Alice. Yes, that took us a little while to work out. But, as I said, traditionally maps were always drawn with east to the north, and north to the west. Something I came across whilst investigating maps drawn on their side. As the caravan travels deeper into the woodland, you become aware of a strange mist, which only intensifies. It hurt my brain, yes, I know. The mist which only intensifies the further you go, largely reducing visibility. You can hear the other crew behind you beginning to chatter and suspect they may be becoming unnerved as well. This is short-lived, however, for the trees part a few minutes later when you trundle into a rather old and abandoned-looking village. Its dwellings, in all of their quaint and dishevelled glory, are traditionally built around a square. Yeah, Tolkien did it with the dwarven maps in The Hobbit. Yes, I think so. The mist is here as well and blocks out a lot of the daylight, almost completely masking the azure sky that was present only moments before. Half alongside, you call out, and the team divides into two rows parallel to each other. Turn to 43. I'm going to sneeze. Thank you very much. That was a big one. Thanks, my lovely. Oh dear. Whew. That would not have been nice. At 43, that's where we're off to. Before I sneezed. You take a moment to survey the village square as best you can through the wispy mist. In the centre is a traditional village pond complete with a gargoyle. But its sprinkled days appear to be over as wild vegetation has grown from the dried pool area and over the wall. It appears to be as neglected as the rest of the village. That's the mist getting up its snot. Yes. It's a complicated mist, indeed. Not a soul is to be seen anywhere. Even though you've stopped outside an inn, there is no noise coming from it. A row of houses sit to the west, seemingly as barren, and a chapel takes up the southern area, looking even more derelict with a very unkempt graveyard. The mist billows around its headstones, and you begin to wonder if you were in some sort of ghost town. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. This town. Where is everybody? Probably got COVID. Just off to feed the bird she's off me fine. Hooray! Look! Chandra exclaims in a voice little more than a whisper, also pointing. You follow his extended arm with your eyes, and you see a large wooden building with a light on in one of the downstairs windows. Somebody is about. There is a sign hanging outside the building with the words Traveller's Rest painted simply on it in white. Looks like we shall have a roof over our heads after all, he chuckles to himself while rubbing his ring-filled hands. Maybe they've supplies as well. I too am most intrigued, but where are the rest of the townspeople? You whisper back. You decide to take Gallows and GB with you in order to meet the occupant, and you hope they have enough room for everybody. Apprehensive, the three of you step into the inn. 95. It's not based on James Herbert's The Mist, this point, is it? Sorry, The Fog. A classic James Carpenter film, of course. It's not Hotel California, is it? You enter the aged establishment, and stood behind the service counter is a rather stocky old man. Gravity appears to have taken a toll on the old boy over the years, and the bags under his eyes sit low like fleshy cheeks, and his lower jaw hangs almost limp, so that it continuously displays his dirty lower teeth. Good evening. You start. His eyes fix on the three of you as you step over to speak to him, and he nods in acknowledgement. The old man stares at you for a moment and then nods again. We're a party of people with many horses, you continue, and we're wondering if you had any rooms for us to stay in. We've plenty of coin for reimbursement. The old man flicks his eyes to one side and looks at Gallows, and then the other way to stare at GB. You begin to think he's trapped in place, but then he grunts a reply. Lots of vacancies here. Only me and Lady Blutzen are present. The others are busy. You continue to inform the old dullard of how many of you there are and the number of horses needing stable, and once more he looks at you with a pause. Feeling a little unnerved, you begin to wonder if your patience will hold out. Suddenly, a red velvet drape masking a doorway is drawn to one side, and a very well-to-do-looking old lady in a delightful crinoline dress appears. She wears much makeup, clearly trying to defy the decades of her life, but this is all ruined when she grins at you, and the wrinkles around her face deepen. Turn to 342. Let's head up to the top of the page. Are you confusing our visitors again, Millers? She asked the servant. Go out the back and light the fire, since we're going to have guests. Mellors grunts, and the woman turns to you with a smile and continues. Now then, I'm Lady Blutzen, and it is a privilege to have you here. From what I've overheard, you are travellers. It's Carol. Well, they are. I would say Carol, but
Carol?
Not Carol. No. Good evening, Jason. Certainly old haggards, anyway. Hello, mister.
Hi.
What you doing?
Chaos. Right.
Are you off to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. Night. I love you.
I love you too.
Alright, go away.
Alright, good night.
Good night then.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, says Nathan.
Bye, Nathan. Good night, Nathan.
Go on. Get out of it.
Alright, good night. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Love you, goodbye.
Sleep well. Right, you politely, after that disturbance from Mellors there, you politely bow your head and explain you're in need of shelter for all your company, inquiring as to the cost of such a request. Oh, do not worry about price. It is indeed rare that I get to see so many big, strong men, and I am in need of having my fencing repaired. My children are all away at the moment, but should be back soon. What about the rest of the village? Asked GB, somewhat above his station. Well, the village was largely wiped out by plague many years ago now. Those who did not succumb fled, and now only the Blutsons remain, she replies, rather sorrowfully. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Perhaps one day they shall return, you add, to lift her hopes. There's an awkward silence as she stares at the ground, and then snapping at her she says, Now then, young travellers, you may either take lodging in the empty barn house on the opposite side of the village, or you may stay in this building with me as my guests in a little more luxury. As I said before, my children will be here soon, and Mellors is preparing a meal fit for a king. So did they all catch COVID? Well, there's an interesting thing. Will you accept a kind offer and stay in the house with them, waiting for her children? Or will you choose other accommodation, where her children may already be? Not that I'm casting aspersions. So, are we going to, I suppose, I for inn, B for barn? That would be the easiest way to do it. Oh, excuse me, that sneeze has totally thrown me. Cass says, I don't trust it. It sounds creepy. Yes, I agree. Silver's going for the barn. Nathan's going for the barn as well. Okay. Excuse me. Tickles everywhere. Tickles McGraw. Oh. Music is weird. It just keeps jumping. Is that it? Is that all we're having? 2 for the barn and nobody for anything else. Barn, says Kath. I reckon if we get one more barn, then we'll go to the barn. Or if we get nothing else, we'll go to the barn. Another 7 seconds. Anybody else? I say that, and then I have to then count. Another 20 seconds. I have to say, did I say 7 seconds? I have to go 27 seconds. It's crazy. Nobody for else? Anything else? Right, 3 lit in. 3 for the barn. 116. Jam is saying nothing. Of course, he says, see no evil, do no evil, speak no evil. 116. Oh dear. There is another short silence, and you detect your decision may have offended her. Very well, she says coldly. I suppose a band as big as yours has better much to sort out. Leave your horses tied to the church fence posts. They can munch on the grass there. It needs cutting anyway. The shippen on the opposite side of the village is large enough to house you all. Don't go into the church yourself because the structure is very unsound. You thank her for the advice and rendezvous with the others outside. Everyone is quite happy to hear they will not have to sleep outside, and as instructed, you have the horses tended to the church fence next to a very unkempt graveyard. The merchant stock is then carried to the shippen, which turns out to be just a barn that was converted into a residence. It is already unlocked when you get there. 158. Have we made the wrong decision, folks? The shippen is a typical countryside farmhouse. It's not long before somebody makes the observation that all of the window shutters have been nailed in place. Whoever resided here before seems to be very preoccupied with intrusions. Is that to keep people out or keep people in? After a little time has passed, there's a rap at the front door, and you open the door to find Lady Blutzhahn with a basket of food. It isn't much, but I thought you might appreciate this after your journey, she says, offering it to you. She is right. It's not a great deal, but at least it looks fresh. Now, one good turn deserves another. Could you please send some of your men over to repair my fence? You agree so as not to be rude and ask your crew for volunteers. Carlos, Gibby and Siva step up and they follow the delighted Lady Blutzhahn back across the village, which is now barely visible through the thickening fog. Doesn't say, Kath. Doesn't say, just nailed in place, it says. Shutting the door, you return to the living room with a dust-cloaked dwelling where the others sit on the decrepit furniture. They are conversing in low tones about how eerie this place is and are wondering why anybody would wish to live here. After sharing the food, you get the urge to look around. Do you decide to look upstairs, or would you rather go to the church. And they are dead. Yes, well, difficult to tell at this stage, but I'm sure we'll find out. So the options are look upstairs, U for upstairs, or C for church. Lamb Fam, hey, hello, how are you? Welcome in. Lamb Fam would like to go upstairs. How are you? How have you been? Hope you're well. I fancy looking in the church. I want to know what she's hiding from us, says Kath. Ooh. I'll put you down as a C then, Kath. Silver wants to look upstairs. Nathan would like to also check out the church. 2 apiece. Ooh. Maisie's feeding the cat, so we're not going to get anything from her. And Jam's not talking because, of course, he knows what's going on. So, does that mean I have to roll the dice? I think so, unless anybody else is lurking. You have got... let's give you 30 seconds to come up with an answer. And if you don't come up with an answer... thank you, I'm well, but sadly missed your report from Final Fantasy. Oh, well, do you know what happened? I didn't get to do one, unfortunately. Because I got because I was working. I ended up working. And I didn't get a chance to do very much at all. But it was good fun. It was good fun. Ken Boiter did a good one. Although, as he turned to me to talk, his phone cut off and we didn't know until 10 minutes later. But never mind. Maisie would like to go to the church. So there we go. That's 3 for church, 2 for upstairs. So church, I'm afraid it is. Yes, I do apologise. I really had wanted to do something, but it just didn't get the time, to be honest. Church 232. But I promise next time I will most definitely. There are 1 or 2 out there. Some people did. If you head over to Facebook, there's a few of the Fighting Fantasy groups there with lots of people who did kind of roundups of their day, which is quite nice. But, yeah, only Ken, I think, did a video. I've not seen any other videos. 232. You head to the church. You notice it's gotten much colder and darker as you step out to the foggy square and head for the area where the horses were left to graze. With a lantern in hand, you flit through the graveyard and up to the church. The door creaks on rusty hinges as you push it open and step inside. Cobwebs adorn the aged pews on both sides, and at the far end you see the altar, which appears to be bereft of any religious iconography. Or even. No Sean Connery's here. As you are making your way up the central aisle, it is then that you notice that many of the pews have skeletons wrapped in old garb. It's as if an exodus of these unfortunates sought refuge in here. Nearing the altar, you are startled by the sudden screech of the church door opening behind you. Spinning around in fear, you watch in horror as a cloud of dense, swirling mist pours into the church, followed by 6 dark, zombie-faced figures with blackened eyes, dressed in burial gowns. With unholy shrieks, they immediately charge at you and pin you down to the floor, and as their teeth begin to rake the meat from your bones, all you can do is pray that death comes quickly. You are dead. You die, you die, you die, you die, you die. Oh dear. So. You did, Silver. You did. You did. Indeed, Kath, indeed. Right. So, since nothing much has happened, guess what? That's 1 life down. We met her children then. Well, possibly. I will allow you to go back and check upstairs if you would prefer to do that. Did you pick up any new books at FF? I did. What did I get? I got the new Ian Livingstone. So the was it Death on Dungeon Island? What else did I get? I got another Story Master's Tales book, which I'm taking away with me next week. Did I get anything else? I don't think so. It was very light this year. There wasn't. As I said, because I didn't get much of a chance to go around. I didn't get a chance to go and buy some stuff that I'd wanted to. So it was literally Lindsay was running around getting autographs and stuff whilst I was ushering people left, right, and centre. So, but beyond that, yeah, just a couple really, and the funky dice. What else did I get? I said genuinely, did I actually get anything else? I don't think so. No. Still playing books from UK Games Expo. We didn't get to play a new game. Oh, we get to play a new game. Yes, you do. Yes. Yes. It was primarily Ollie's book that I bought and Ian's book. Oh, and James, apologies, James Orcutt's book, which we will play in a few weeks' time. So yes, that was my three primary books that I got this time around. We're going to go back to 158 and check upstairs, I think. So we're going to go upstairs and go to 210 instead. Yes, we're going to play a new game on Thursday, Kath, once when we're all together. And depending on what the strength of the signal is like, I'll bring the laptop and we can try streaming it and see what happens. Yeah. There are 4 bedrooms and a privy in the upstairs of the shipping. The window shutters are similarly nailed shut and a breeze whistles through the slats like a crooning ghost. If anything, the security of this place makes up for the lack of cleanliness. Hey Sam, how you doing, mate? Thanks for the prime, much appreciated. Please do enjoy your ad-free viewing and your emotes. Hope you're well. Currently in 2 Month Street, how lovely. I need to decide what games to bring with us. Haha. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Yes. All good post-basketball stuff and catching up on Archers. Nice. You march back down to the others and share the details of the upstairs layout with them. You suggest the merchants of the bedrooms, whilst each of the hired swords stay downstairs, one half resting whilst the other half keep guard and then swapping after a few hours. Callus and the others return after an hour or so. With everybody accounted for, you try and decide what to do next. Will you lock the front door or go and explore the church? Well, no, let's not go and explore the church. Let's just lock the front door, shall we? Lock the front door, yes. Good. I'm glad we're in accord. To your dismay, you find the front door has no actual key. Thinking quickly, you create a heavy barricade with the furniture, and once you're satisfied it is impenetrable, you return to the others. Nothing will disturb you tonight as you rest, or so you hope. Turn to 60. Dun dun dun. After a couple of hours skip by, you can tell half of the men to get some sleep while the rest of you stay up. Something is troubling your instincts about this place, and oddly enough, nothing actually happens during your guard or when you sleep. You wake up in the morning, a dim light glowing through cracks in the window shutters. The candles that were put out are extinguished, and you rouse the heavier sleepers awake. It is not long before one of the merchants says he had a bad dream where he saw himself lying in a grave. He wishes to leave this creepy place, and all the others are in agreement, as it does ooze of eeriness. Did the guys who went to fix the fence actually come back? Yes, they did. So I said Caleb and the others came back about an hour later. So just before we turned the page. You take it upon yourself to remove the blockade at the front door and freeze when the handle catches your eye. It's been tampered with at some point. One by one you leave the sanctuary of the shippen and approach the horses that were tethered just the previous evening. Nobody's ready for the grisly sight that awaits you, for 2 of your horses have been killed, their body cavities ripped wide open, and their innards dragged out. Internal organs and guts lay strewn on the ground, and evidence suggests they have been chewed upon by small mouths. Let's just load up what we can in the name of sanity and get out of here, you announce. Nobody disagrees, and you're all well on your way within minutes without even stopping at the village hall to thank Lady Blutzan. You journey back through the trees in I'll start that entire sentence again. Your journey back through the trees is uncharacteristically quiet. How's that hard for me to say? But at least you make it out. Uncharacteristically. I don't know. 305. Touch of the Keds there, I think. The pleasant sunny weather which you have benefited from over the past couple of days seems to have ended, for the sky is now cloudy and grey with very few breaks of sunlight poking through. More water with it, yes. The expanse of wilderness out this way is immense. Wild cattle graze on the cut and birds of prey circle overhead, looking for mice or the corpses of fallen beasts to scavenge from. As time rolls by, you spy a much darker cloud than the rest, and after a minute or two you're puzzled, as it seems to be moving perpendicular to all the other clouds. In fact, this particular cloud seems to be heading in your very direction. Turn to 216. How queer! How queer. Oh, good lord. As the cloud floats nearer, you spot sporadic flashes of light coming from within. Oh, Lochten. Anagram of ghoul in it. Very good. Oh shit, they're coming for us. Well, if this picture denotes this very large paragraph here, then I would say, yes, something is coming for us. Where's me washboard? Have you seen it, missus? Have you seen it, madam? Have you seen it? As the cloud floats nearer, you spot sporadic flashes of light coming from within it. Soon there is a fair share of rain pouring down beneath it. Thunderclaps accompanied by flashes of forked lightning are the only things you can hear over the screams and howling torrents of wind, as the sky around you darkens as far as you can see, like a huge black veil dropping over your party. And as it closes in, you and your companion struggle to keep the horses under control as they whinny in panic. The cumulus form of the cloud rises and shifts, forming a plethora of huge conjoined skeletal shapes with a tapering vaporous tail. Long, bone-like arms made of a mixture of skeletal parts that fuse together reach down towards the many meters below, and you watch as another area of these skyborne apparitions begin to form the large face of a skull. This is the dreaded Squallgeist, an amalgamation of restless spirits bound by powerful necromantic magic into a storm cloud. Oh, its only purpose is to harvest more souls in order to grow. If this thing reaches a major populated area, there's no telling how large it could become, or the loss of life. Gliding over you as if working you out, it lets out an ear-piercing scream. How will you fight it? With a crossbow, if you have one. Well, we don't. With a throwing dagger, if we have one. No, we don't. Or with your trusty sword. Well, I guess that's all we have, ladies and gentlemen. 24. Have we no amulet to the sun gods that would help us? You're a fine swordsman, but supernatural creatures such as thee need something a little more special in order to be defeated, i.e. a crossbow or a throwing dagger, of which we have neither, so we must then proceed to 299. Oh dear. Oh dear. The dreaded Squallgeist grabs you with a huge undead hand and places you inside its jaws. For an insubstantial opponent, it is a perfect solid bite. It crushes you within its mouth, using all of your life force to increase its size. It will most probably have doubled in size once it's finished with your party. The end. Death becomes you. Or you become death. The vicar gave it to us. So, ouch. That's our second one gone. I should have been running polls tonight. You should have been running polls. So, once again, we die. We die. We die. We die. We die. We are dead. For veritably, 'tis the way it goes. Right. So, the question now is, where to now? I say back to the crossroads. Which is even further back than I thought it was. Yep, even further back than that. Christ, no. That's after that. Right. Back to the crossroads then. But we had the amulet. Did that not? No, there was no. I was hoping there was. I hoped that on page 24 there might be an option to use an amulet, which there isn't. This is the mission I had trouble with the most. Lockton was inspired by the Hungu story in the Monster Club. Ah, okay. So we're going to go back to the crossroads, 318, and we're going to head to Shinorley, which I presume now is also an anagram. Is it the Shorley Inn? Rone, Sin, Sore. I'm thinking Desmond. Right, well, let's go from 318. 318 to 387 and see what happens. Oh, surely, yes, of course, yes. It's been years. Desmonds. What do you see in Poipouet? Right. Ah, now this could be better. This might be more beneficial to us. 387, having turned northwest instead of west, leaving Lochton behind. It is still daylight when the welcoming view of Shinorley appears in the distance, and as you are entering the town, young snipes run around your horses shouting greetings before scampering off to play. The townsfolk part as if you are royalty, allowing access for your caravan to pass through, and everyone seems incredibly friendly. Even playing the theme of my show. Yes, nice. You reach a grazing area near the town centre and dismount to speak with Chandra. Pardon me. He's rather pleased that some of the shops are still open and suggests that the servants are sent to get supplies whilst you and him find a tavern worthy of your engagement. The others can seek out the stables for the horses. It's a good plan, and you share it with your other companions, and you arrange to meet where you currently are in an hour's time. You and Chandra immediately begin looking for digs. If you have the code word alias tucked on your character log sheet, turn to 204. Guess what? We do! We do have the word alias on our log sheet. So, ticked as well. So we can go to 204. A young girl suddenly runs up to you. She is holding a pigeon and tells you she is a friend of Villica.
I'm holding a pigeon and I'm a friend of Villica.
Hello.
Can I get your phone?
Why?
Because it takes better photos than mine.
Sorry?
It takes better photos than mine.
Just demanded for my phone. It could even be a friend of Felicia. You immediately stop to hear what she has to say. She says she is glad she found you in time, recognising you by the pendant Felicia bequeathed you. There is a message tied to the pigeon's leg, which the girl passes to you. It reads, Honham, assassin for Boyle. Let's write that down, shall we? Okay. Thanking her, you ask her to take a message to Felicia, letting her know you are safe and well, and that she is in your thoughts. The young girl promises to do so before wishing you luck and bidding you farewell. Turn to 12. This is more promising. Ah, I see. For those of you interested, have some Aurora. Taken outside just now. There we go. What's yours, it says? Yes, I know. I know. Oh, I'm buffering. Why am I buffering? Don't buffer, mother. Yeah, I mean, I've not properly seen it with my eyes. I'd like to see it properly with my eyes, but I've never really seen it shimmer, you know. No, I suppose not. We're quite lucky where we are because we're just the one street light out the front. Everybody's gone, You right?
Yeah, I wondered if he was still awake, but no, he's not.
That's fine. Best to let him sleep.
Yeah, it's over the whole UK at the minute, apparently.
Yes. But as I said, we had those massive level 9 solar flares last week. And they were meant to hit on Sunday, but obviously there's still been...
the weather, it was not.
Yeah, but I presume they've still just been ejecting coronal mass for the last week, so... Good fun. Happy suns. Happy suns. Yeah, too much light pollution. I'd love to see it in real life. I want to go to Iceland and go on Northern Lights. I know, I'd love to. That's why I always wanted to do a fjords trip. That's why I want to come to Norway and do a fjords trip and see if we get them there. But then, Silver says no. So 12, that's where we're off to. Okay. If you do, you will get a bear hug. Fair enough. Exactly. I've always wanted to go and see the Slanty Bathfire's work and see if we can find his signature. Exactly. It has. It's always been a passion of mine to come over to Norway. I'd love to come over. One day I will. Right, trudging around Shinorley with Chandra, you take in the sights. It may be a small town, but it seems to be thriving with fancy statues, good public amenities, and lots of effort where florists are concerned in making it a colourful and pretty place. You both stop to chat with the local and learn that a gold seam was discovered running through the mines a mile or so away, and in the 15th year since its discovery, Shinorley has grown from an insignificant inland smear to a thriving community. The man also directs you to his favourite tavern, the Black Swan. Chandra thanks the man and slips him a gold piece for his guidance. As you approach the tavern, you spot a small lake outside and several waterfowl which give the tavern its name. And what a huge tavern it is! There's even a water well complete with windlass and bucket outside. Colourful flowers adorn the windowsills and wooden troughs, and on either side of the entrance stands a half barrel, each one sporting a rose bush, giving off a beautiful scent. You both enter and Chandra tells you to locate the landlord and make arrangements whilst he finds a table for you both to sit at. And you pass several tables with patrons enjoying a refreshing beverage as you stroll up to the bar. Don't trust swans. Yes. Well, ask Bobby G about that one. A large stocky man dressed in grey and sporting thick sideburns covering both cheeks greets you, introducing himself as Bill Logan. It's a bloody Wolverine. You give him your name and return, explain your situation, telling him just how many of you will be needing shelter for the night. His eyes light up, and he hurriedly produces a guest book from under the bar. He hands you a quill and ink, asking you to fill it in as appropriate. That'll all come to 40 gold pieces, I'm afraid, he giggles. You smile and indicate to Chandra to come over and pay in advance. Turn to 198. Good old Bill Logan. If you have the code word alias ticked on your character sheet, turn to 147. We do. Pardon me. Sounds like a sportsman. You glance around and face the table where Chandra has chosen to sit. He tells you to order some mulled wine before marching back over to it. Out of your peripheral vision, you see a cowled figure lowering his head. You recognise this person, but spin sharply to face Bill again. It's Honham! You lied about your name when you both last met, but now he knows your real name, having heard you just declare it to Bill. You must think quickly. I can't remember what the alias was now. I've slept since then. Yeah, will you, A, attack Honham, or sit with Chandra and keep pretending you've not seen him? Did we declare it to Bill? Well, obviously we must have. Keep pretending. Ah, yes, you do. You give him your name in return and explain your situation. Silly. Why would we not just keep going? Oh, because Chandra knows our name as well. Oh, well. Never mind, never mind. What's it to be? I love mulled wine. Keep pretending, says Silver. Keep pretending, says Kath. Okay. So A for attack and P to pretend. So we've got 2 to pretend. Keep pretending. What are the choices? So the choices, Lamb Fam, are A, are we going to attack Honham because he knows we gave him a false name previously and we've just told the landlord what our real name is? And he's just sat at a table over there. Or do we just go back to our table and pretend we've not seen him? What we need to do is get everybody together, peas all round, get everybody together, and I'll make a massive pot of mulled wine. Even James wants to pretend. Marvellous. Let's pretend. But for how long? 313. I used to buy loads and loads of glühwein from Lidl at Christmas. But I found a much better recipe. We should do something at some point soon. Like maybe next year. Maybe we could organise for people to get together next year. Oh, that's what... Love mulled juice from M&S. Yeah. Everybody come to UK Games Expo at the end of May 2025. And we'll all meet up there, and we can go and we can go somewhere, or we'll go somewhere and we can have mulled wine. Now mulled cider. I can't drink mulled cider anymore because of 2 Glastonburys on the trot, where all I did was drink mulled cider, and as amazing as it was, dear God, I was in a terrible state. I should have learnt after year 1, but no, I didn't. Year 2 is just as bad. You're in Leeds then? Well, that's just pants. There's a pub in Southport that does amazing mulled cider in the winter. Ooh. Fair enough. Right, so we are going to pretend, and we're going to go to 313. Ah, okay. Blame the Kaiser Chiefs. Well, I will. I will blame the Kaiser Chiefs. You sit facing Chandra, not daring to look around and stage a smile, even though your heart is racing with you. Oh, there's Chandra. There's an actual picture of Chandra. How nice. They don't muck about with the cider down in Glastonbury either. It's proper scrumpy day. Oh, it was horrendous. Cider was my reason for becoming teetotal after a heavy night at uni. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It's just poofed. Anyway, you say in a low whisper to Chandra, I've got a problem. And you relay the situation to him quietly under the sound of the other punters' conversations. Chandra answers with the obvious reply, asking what you are going to do about it. If you have a vial labelled Mayosi, turn to 370, well, guess what? We do. Woke up the next morning with the mother of all hangovers, said never again, and have stuck to it, and that was 27 years ago. Well done, mate. No, genuinely, I mean, I've got a number of friends who are teetotal, for pretty much the same reason. They went out one night and overdid it and vowed never again, and they've all stuck to it. Scrumpy is my new favourite word. Now, but I was going to say, you have to say it properly, because it's not scrumpy. It's scrumpy. I likes a bit of scrumpy, me. Nice bit of scrumpy. It's a bit like scampy, but slightly different. Scampy. Scrumpy. Yeah, there you go. Scrumpy. I likes a bit of scrumpy and a bit of rumpy pumpy, but not together because the one denotes the other. Anyway, we do have a vial labelled Mayosi. We got it from those damned orcs we killed who attacked us, so we can turn to 370. Thank you for the proper pronunciation. Well, Mazybug's the better one for it, because she actually lives down in Cornwall, so, you give it a nice West Country accent, a bit scrumpy. There's a bit scrumpy in the West Country, or you go a bit more Cornwall, or scrumpy. It's good stuff anyway. It's not bad. It's not bad. 370. Can't do the accent, as everybody keeps telling me. You hastily devise a plan. My accent is currently strong. I'll bet it is. But it's going to take a lot of achieving the desired results. At this time, please perform a stealth check. Oh, God. Stealth is 2. So, stealth check. Was that what? Oh, God, that's not 2. What? How many D6s for a stealth check? It doesn't say. It must do. We're about to stealthy as a half brick. I know. Roll 1d6 and roll at or under your current score. Okay. What was that? It's a 1. It turned out to be a 1. How amazing. We managed to tip the contents of the enigmatic liquid into the mulled wine without Honham seeing you. Turn to 173. Seemed to be fine to me. Anybody want to dispute that? No? Good. You must now perform a successful luck check. What's our luck at? 2. 1. 1. That's good. We performed a successful luck check. If you succeed, you prompt Chandra to look in Honham's direction and act surprised and happy to see him. You have him beckon Honham out to join you both for a drink. Honham looks at you quizzically and then smiles, clearly switched to a pretense of his own. Honham sits down beside you, close to the table. Honham, it is great to see you, my friend. It looks like we may be able to offer you a job after all, you bluff, kicking Chandra's leg to deliver his rehearsed line. Yes, that's correct, good sir. Let me charge your goblet, he says, pouring the spiked wine into Onham's cup. Turn to 34. And a kumquat. Don't forget the kumquat. At this time you must do a charisma check to find out if Honham will listen to you and sip his drink as you speak. Oh, look, it's a 1. We succeed. Turn to 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's probably just as well. As you fabricate a story about making him lead protector of the caravan, Onham, one of these days we're going to buy Lindsay a kumquat. Yeah, get my balls away. Onham takes a big swig of the tainted wine. Yeah, that's right, tainted wine. When you have finished, he sits back in his chair and chuckles sarcastically. Much as I'd like to earn a clean living, I'm afraid it's confession time. I'm here to claim your life in the name of Lord Boyle, he whispers. And even as he is still speaking, the potion begins taking effect, causing him to shrink inside his very clothes. You can't! What have you done to me? What chicanery is this? He chirps as his voice gets high and squeakier. He fumbles for his knife, but it is now too large for his hand, and before long he's buried under his own clothing, which flop onto the floor. Chandra laughs out loud as you crouch down and lift Honham out of his clothes, a naked would-be assassin the size of a dandelion. This is for everyone felled by you in the name of Boyle, you say sternly, taking him outside and then hurling him into the deep well. His little scream is no more than the buzz of a fly as he plummets to his fate. Turn to 88. Your stay in Shirley proves to be as pleasant as can be, and what's more, the merchants treat everybody to a breakfast of boiled eggs, hot bacon, cheese, and spiced tea. Restore your life force to its full amount of 25. Yes. It was only 1 point, but it was worth it. As much as you would love to stay here in this town, it is eventually time for everyone to travel onwards, and as you depart for Evan-Yor, the local people wave you on. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for stopping. We survived a night. Hooray. The pleasant sunny weather which has benefited you for the past couple of days seems to have ended from the skies now. Oh no. 3 or 5, no, Similar. So it's the same weather as the day we died. The sky is now cloudy and grey with a few breaks of sunlight poking through. The expanse of wilderness out this way is immense. Wild cattle grazing on the garden birds. We've done 305. Yes, we did. Turn to 216. Oh no. Hold on. This is just going to kill us. This is not good, James. We have no crossbow. We have no thrown dagger. We didn't even get Hodder's, well, I think it was dagger, did we? We didn't even get to keep that. We're just going down the same route. We're dead, basically. We are going to die. It's as simple as that. 305, 216. Do you have a crossbow? It's the bloody cloud again. Yeah, it's the cloud again. Do we have a crossbow? No. Do we have a throwing dagger? No. Can we use a trusty sword? No. We die, we die, we die, we die, we die. That's it. You're dead. 10 to 11. 3 lives gone. I don't even know how far back I can go now. Do you know what? 305 216. What if, and it says, and I'm only doing it because I want to do some more of this, because we've done virtually nothing. What if we happen to have a crossbow gifted to us by magic? What if we have a sledgehammer? Unbeknownst to you, Chandra, during the night, you did rather well, to be fair, that hasty trip to bed in the tavern swung it out of your favour. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. But what I'm going to say is, unbeknownst to you, last night, after Onum tried to off you, and we offed Onum, Chandra, being the merchant that he is, decided to take stock of all of Onum's stuff. Found out what room he was staying in. The landlord let him take it, because he seemed to have just disappeared. You have found that in his possession there was a crossbow, which Chandra gifted to you on your departure this morning. We take a step back and fall over a crossbow which has suddenly appeared behind us, yes, and thrown at the monster. So, that is what's happened. Let's try the crossbow. And if not, we also happen to have a dagger with us, which Chandra liked. But he hadn't told you he had it until you need it. So at this point in time, you don't know you've got a dagger yet. Let's see what happens with the amazing crossbow from Honham. Superlative value. Superlative. This is where we still die because we suck. Well, yes, but as it turns out, whilst deciding to pick a bolt from the quiver, we're hoping that we have one that reaches the undead. It turns out, as you're searching through your standard bolts, you find one marked Gallows Sikkim, and you use that one. You feel that that is the best thing you could possibly do. As the howling squallgeist bears down upon you once more, you loose the bizarre bolt that you've just found in your crossbow's quiver from the crossbow that you just realised was in your pack because Chandra pointed it out and only mentioned it this morning, and it flies straight into the creature and bursts into tiny ice crystals. The water vapour that makes up the squallgeist's cloudy body begins to freeze and fall to the ground as it squeals, the sum of its parts writhing in death throes before dissipating into nothing and the sky turning to a lovely cobalt blue colour. You have most probably saved hundreds of lives vanquishing this nightmare. Its hostile necromantic creature will most certainly be seething with anger when they realise it has been defeated. Increase your luck by 1. Hooray! 3 luck. And I'm only doing this because, and I'll explain why, I had hoped we would get an extra week on this, but unfortunately we're not, because obviously away next week, and then the week after, it is my darling wife's birthday, and I've booked for us to go out for dinner. So there will be no Twitch stream on that Thursday, the 24th, I'm afraid. So the day that I'd hoped to continue to read the book means that let's just carry on with what we've got tonight for as long as you fancy, and just get through a bit more of it, because I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you all are too. 377. Buy her game book. No, that's not how it works. It's the other way round. She allows me to buy game books. Happy early birthday. It's a fortnight away. It's fine. But I'll let her know. Lamb. Thank you. And I may very well stream earlier on that week. I know you're off to Exeter next week because you're not coming to see us instead. Also tune into Louis on Saturday. Fair enough. I'll try to. 378. All of you are quite shaken by what you've just endured. One of the merchants kindly instructs a servant to pour out a shot of brandy for everyone to ease their nerves. You politely decline, preferring to keep your head clear for the ride. Very nice. And an hour later, when you've stopped for lunch, the sun returns in the sky and enabling everyone to dry their clothes. Turn to 282. After several more hours of travelling, the welcoming sight of Evan Yor comes into view in all of its splendour, and you all cheer and start chattering excitedly, and with this moral boost devour the final distance that remains in no time at all. Upon reaching the massive main gates of the city, Chandra immediately pays the merchant toll to get through, and the Imperial Guard allows you all passage. From there, he also completes the mandated task of registering all of their goods with the Merchants Guild. After stabling the equines, the merchants take you all to the nearby tavern called the Warlock's Chalice to dispense your wages. Turn to 146. Money, 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 it must be funny in a rich man's world. How many? Well, so one half of the journey. It's one half hell of a journey to your lobby. Oh, yes, no, fair enough, love, fair enough. How many persons in the caravan, including yourself, made it safely to Evan Yor? Well, all of us? Said 16 members. How come? Did we lose anybody? Did we lose any? I'm so confused with all of the one who got bitten on the arse by a snake. Oh, so yes, there are two of them. That's right. So two of them were sent back. So the one that got bitten on the arse and the snake, you're quite right. And we should have moved our members down to 14 at that point, Kath. Well done. Well remembered. Thank you. So the answer is 14. Had to turn around. That's right, yes. So the answer is 14, and we turn to 19. Well remembered. Oh! Oh, right. You have perfectly navigated and protected your caravan and everything else with much grace. The merchants are so pleased they offer you a permanent job as their protector and guide. They also make good their payments and even include a rather nice bonus. Whether you choose to accept the position or not is another story, but tonight you've been with pride. Your mission has been a success. Well done! You win! Winning outcome, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Well, there's a thing. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a lot more. Oh, wow. We completed 25%. My next project is still live on Kickstarter, which is a car I await you. Absolutely. Please do sign up for that. The link is in the chat there. It's also at the top of the screen over there. Right there. Kickstarter, HTTP, or TTPS even. Oh no, it is HTTP. ://KCK, this is all lowercase, lowercase.ct for Kickstarter, /3 capital Y, G, capital E, capital C, U, capital Z. That's 3 capital Yankee, George, capital Echo, capital Charlie, capital... No, not capital, lowercase U, and Z, capital Z for Zulu. Less than Ken did, he hit 30. Well, there's a thing. Well, there's a thing. Yes, the scary cloud was the boss. Ah, yes, of course. That makes more sense. The picture here. Well, just set your Amazon Echo off? How? What did I say that set Amazon Echo off? Oh, by go http://ckc.st. Looks like mother, yes. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, yours is called Echo, not Alexa. Right, got you. It's never divulged what the merchants are carrying, but it was written with opium in mind. Ah, very good, very good. And so, presumably then, there's a lot more to be done on Gallows Hills before you venture out with the merchants. So when you said capital Echo, oh, nice. Opium, interesting tidbit, yes. Definitely. Oh, okay. So, a lot more. Excellent. So, that's why that's why the merchants are always so cheerful. Yeah. Well. So worth coming back and having another play then, and maybe trying it again from the beginning and not jumping onto the story. I mean, to be fair, that's exactly what we kind of did in Secrets of Salamonis. Again, is we probably shouldn't have jumped onto the caravan so quickly. A few more rounds to get some stock so that we could have actually battled our way through would have been better, I think, in the long run. But, you know, that's the joy of having all these books. We can come back to them any time. We never found out the quest of why people were going missing. No. Exactly. So, it sounds like there's a lot more to be done. James, Jam, when is Return to Gallows Hill coming out? The second one. Do you know? Because that's just kickstarted, hasn't it? There's 4 missions altogether and several subplots. You can do as little or as none, or as many as 3 in one sitting. Oh, excellent! So when is Part 2 coming out? Or the sequel? When is the sequel coming out? Because that was done on Kickstarter as well, isn't it? But under the Savage Realms, or whatever. Return is being illustrated, I'm guessing, early next year. Okay. Kickstarter. But it wasn't Savage Realms, is it? Hold on. Return. Is it Return to Gallows Hill, or is it Return to the Tavern on Gallows Hill? Return to the Tavern on Gallows Hill. Here we go. Endgame Gaming. So why is it done under Endgame Gaming and not Savage Realms like the first one was? Yeah, Return to the Tavern. Excellent. One last thing on my character sheet, the character's flaw. This is difficult. Oh, okay. Do you have options? Troy Anthony had 2 accounts. Oh, okay. So, rather than putting it out on the Savage Realms one, he put it out on this one. Fair enough. So, Book 2, Return to the Tavern on Gallows Hill. 77 backers. Funding period was 1st of November to 1st of December 2023, 30 for 30 days. I did not know. Chronic hubris. That's a good point, yeah. Very nice. Interesting to note that the picture that's used is of Chandra in the pub. That's very nice. Ah, fair. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense, of course. Ah, so he was running Mark's one on Savage Realms and running yours simultaneously on the Endgame Gaming one. Ah, excellent. Do we know when Stuart's one is due up for Kickstarter? That can't be far away, is it? I know. Or is it just the fact that he's been commissioned to write one? We don't know yet when it's going to happen. Presumably he's got to put a synopsis forward, or maybe he's already done that, and that's how he's been chosen. I don't know how these things work. So return to if you do a search on Kickstarter for Return to the Tavern on Gallows Hill, you can see the page. Return to the Red Barrel Tavern in the much anticipated sequel to James A. Heron's critically acclaimed The Tavern on Gallows Hills. Pictures and people, very nice. Written in an interactive style similar to Choose Your Own Adventures. You, the reader, determine the outcome of the story by the choices that you make. He could run. Illustrations were mostly by Liz Prado. He was a gold digger, so got dropped for Roy. Oh, okay. Louis, not Liz. Yes, Louis. Oh, that's a shame. As you reach the apex of Gallows Hill, the Red Barrel Tavern awaits your patronage. However, a moaning sound distracts you, and your head pans in the direction it is emanating from. A wretched figure perched in a gibbet cage, clutching at the bars in his tight confinement. Will you converse with the gibbeted criminal or ignore him and enter the tavern? The choice is yours. 210. With every step you take along this drafty tunnel, the clunking noise gets louder and louder. The luscious Leela is just around the corner. You follow the tunnel as it pans around to the right and behold a sight you were not ready for. Armed with pickaxes and sledgehammers. Ah, there you go, Kath, sledgehammers in the second one. You see half a dozen people hard at work hacking away at the stone walls. As you step closer, their pallid features and soulless eyes confirm they are zombies. Recently raised after death to serve their master in expanding his underground domain, will you try walking past the undead labourers or attack them with gusto? Your boys Malcolm Barter and Mike Tenebrae will do Tavern 2. Excellent. Excellent. Lots of work for Malcolm then, which is good. Good evening, Steve. How are you? We're just leaving. Goodbye. Thanks for dropping by. Oh yes, you potentially could get a sledgehammer and gusto, Cat, based on that excerpt there. Thank you, Gaboo. Yes, indeed. We literally have just finished. So, Steve, to recap, we've literally just finished Savage Realms. We followed the part at the end. Jam says we completed about 25% of the book. We survived with a little bit of chicanery, but that was all good. And we're just talking about the follow-up, which is the Return to the Tavern on Gallows Hills, which has already kick-started. And I was just trying to see if it said on here when it was going to be due out. For this project, we've tapped the phenomenal Rasmus Jensen to do the cover for both the paperback and the hardback that follows a sample of his mind-blowing special. Ooh, wow, that's an interesting rhinoceros. Interior artist will be Mike Tenebrae. Excellent, very nice. Book will be approximate 6x9, 400 to 500 pages, total length dependent fun number of illustrations. Should design the partners in the campaign. Paperback copies will eventually be available on Amazon. La 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 la. But no FAQs. Updates. That's what does the update say? Oh, okay. Yeah. Still plugging away at the interior artwork. Nothing new to report. The artwork is still in the process of being completed. That was May. A few finished pieces. So no, not really. No real. Yep, nothing there. Oh well. It's just a case of waiting for it, I guess, and see what happens. No update since August the 11th, so. And even that was about other books in the Savage Realms series. So there we go. As meanwhile, in chat, Silver is trying to work out what was it? what did you say? Trying to find a flaw for your character, who is a neutral evil pirate. Does he stare off into the distance, stroking his beard every now and again as a sort of form of PTSD to things that have happened in the past at appropriately inappropriate moments, like the middle of a battle? So the stress of a battle suddenly gives him a sort of flashback to PTSD, and he kind of goes, until somebody snaps him out of it and he's fine again. There's already a paladin hunting him due to him escaping from Revel's End, a high-security prison. Okay. Just haunted. Yeah, just kind of... or narcolepsy. Narcolepsy would be a good one. I was watching season 4 of The Boys last night, episode 7, second last one, and the new Black Noir. The prisoners from that prison is from D&D movie. See, I've not seen the new D&D movie, but I do like, and I don't care what anybody says, I like the original D&D movie with Jimmy from Superman and Lois, Clark and Lois thing, whatever that show was. He was funny, and Tom Baker, of course. But I was watching, and the new Black Noir, who's been brought in to replace Black Noir, who died, suffers from narcolepsy. So in the middle of a fight, he just goes like out for 30 seconds. My hair looks very long when I stare off to the side like that, Jules. It must be nearly long enough to tie. Oh, it is. It is absolutely perfectly tie a back up a bubble now. So it's it's that long. It's quite nice. Quite nice. Say Richard Herring long. That's the whole point. It's sort of Richard Herring length now. Jules bun, yes. I'm thinking of this flaw. I may be more anxious and even act irrationally when I know I'm too far from the sea. Yes. It depends how much. I mean, a bit like Jack Sparrow when he was marooned, and he only had the crabs to talk to. That was a hilarious portion of the film. Absolutely loved that. I want to watch the new D&D movie. It looks fun. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd love to. So that's where we're at. Just shooting the breeze, basically. So away next week. As I said, if the signal's good enough in Aberystwyth on Thursday, you'll get me, Lindsay, Jason, Nathan, and Kath, and I'm going to do Ollie Mac's Tome of Terror Transylvania. So, which I bought at Fighting Fantasy Fest 5, and I've printed all the sheets out for it, so we've got loads of sheets, and I'll just bring the kit with me and all will be good. For this one, it feels more evil. I've no respect to authority, to hierarchy at some of my people, crew or friends. But that's a standard pirate captain, though, Silver, because they have no law. Pirate captains are only loyal to themselves and crew. Only if the crew are loyal to them. Beyond that, they have no allegiance and no fealty to anybody. Apart from maybe the Pirate King. And the Pirate King, again, but that's more out of fear than respect. Given that Aberystwyth was one of the first towns in Wales to get full ADSL provision, I think you should be okay to stream. Yes. And the ship, yes. Well, obviously the ship. You have to be loyal, you know. In fact, if anything, I would say, in order of priority of importance to a pirate captain, it's hat, ship, loot, crew. Thanks to anyone in the comp sci department who was associated with Ofcom at the time. Excellent. Yeah, no, absolutely. So, fealty to only those 4 items makes perfect sense for a pirate captain, especially if they're neutral. His biggest fear is to find his shipwrecked. Yes. Yeah. Parrot. Paxo. That makes perfect sense. Absolutely makes perfect sense. I wrote a short story about coming home to find my entire house on fire on my books. That's one of my worst fears. Although that's kind of changed now. My worst fear would be losing my family. Books are secondary because books can be replaced. Family cannot. But that's just where my head was at the time. So yeah, when you sat on £10,000 worth of books in your house, because I had a lot of books at that time, you do worry in case because it's not insured, and you do worry about it. It gives me nightmares that, I'm sorry, I'm unfamiliar with how Ollie's storytellers tells plays, so that would be fun. So, Lamfam, if you head over to my YouTube channel, there are an example of us playing it recently. So we played one of them. It's a 2-parter. If you've got the time to watch, you're more than welcome to. Let me find the... Where am I? I'm there. It's slightly different to my other channel. Where is me? Why can I never get this right? How do I do that? I just want to go to me. Go to me. Don't want to customize the channel. Yes. Right. This is ridiculous. Go there. Go there. There I am. Right. So, if you go here, I'm in a dark room. Yes. You're awake to find yourself dark. If you go here, this is the channel that I've started to put all my videos from here on. I can't put videos doing these lengthy shows. And that's why I tried to keep them to about 2 hours each, so they're not too long. They don't work trying to cut them down to half an hour shorts or anything like that, I'm afraid. I've thought about it, and I just think it would just lose too much of the actual narrative of the show. Dice rolls and things like that, yes, you could cut out, but you're still only going to cut 20 minutes out. So they are there if you want to. It would be great if you want to head over there and... Argentina, yes. Head over to youtube.com/@Babel17, BABELSEVETEEN, and click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, and hit that little bell for notifications, because of course I forgot to say all of that at the top of the show, and that way you can be aware of any new videos that are posted when I post them up. Normally, I'm posting them up weekly on a Friday, but I wanted to hold off until today, and on tomorrow I will post last week's and this week's in its own folder, and you can go and watch us playing the Tavern on Gallows Hill in its entirety if you want to. As I say, there are other things there. So good. That's a good one. I'm basing him on Long John Silver, but my character's name is Buxton Blackmore. I like that name. It's good. Irrational fear of bone saws. Irrational fear of sharks. Why don't pirates shower before they walk the plank? I don't know. Why do pirates not shower before they walk the plank? Because they'll just wash up on shore later. Hey! So yes, do that please. If you're watching the VOD on Twitch, however, please do give us a follow, because it helps us immensely. And also, if you do go to YouTube, and you do the bits and pieces like that, and you see a video, please like that video. Please leave a comment, and I will happily come back and say hello to you. Because the more comments on the videos, the better it is. And yeah, that'd be pretty cool. actually. Thank you very much. Best Long John Silver is Tim Curry. Yes, agreed. Best Long John Silver is indeed Tim Curry. For his portrayal of Long John Silver in A Muppet's Treasure Island. With Billy Connolly, Jim lad, R, Jimmy, Jim, James, James, Jimmy, James, John, James, Jimmy, Jim. Also Mills couldn't compete. No. Yes, part 1 made you laugh. We lasted all of 10 minutes. The black spot. Ah, no, not the black spot. Nice ASCII arc there, Jam. Very good. Yeah. You still need to watch part 2 of the show, Ron. Oh, you should, Kath. It's good fun. I'm really pleased with them. I have as much fun making the silly bits that go on the front of it. So yeah, this is what I've got for. Here's the one for this one. And the best bit about that is, do you know how long it took me to resize the book to fit directly over the top of this picture? Half an hour. Look at it. It's immaculate. There's no sound on here, but it's immaculate. Look at this. Absolutely perfect, that. Absolutely bob on. Ah, lordy. You can't see it? What? There. Oh, joking, you cheeky so-and-so. That's exactly my point. You can't even see the join. It took me so long. So long just resizing it, just checking. Do you know where I checked? It's the cloud up. Yeah, it's just difficult to do. Cloud here. This cloud here. This is what swung it, and his head here. And this lightning strike here. This portion here is where everything lines up. And it cuts down the arm here. And it cuts up, I can't show you, it cuts up over there. Through the middle of that one that is just next to the... So you've got half the head on the edge. And then the next skeleton in is the edge of the book. Comes down there. So it just sits really neatly. No, you don't see a spider. There are no spiders here. Not in this house. You cheeky so-and-sos. So there we go. That's us, yes. So what I was going to say, I'll show you, actually. Give me 2 seconds. Because I've not even opened it yet. So this is what, hopefully... Well, we're going to play it next week, regardless. I put my fingers to scale, yes. This is really nice, because it says on the outside, there's little stickers on it that say it's signed by the author, the Amazon best-selling footline, and little bits and pieces on there, on the bag. Which is no good to me, because I ain't going to use the bag. And of course, this one is actually... It is indeed signed by Ollie. So there we go. It's just off the table, so there was nothing major. But I've printed out. So I printed out all of the. So I printed out the. I should go to the top screen for this. I have printed out the game plates, the game tables. So those are printed out already. Presume at the back. Yeah, so all of the rewards have been printed out, and all of the game sheets have been printed out. So all of that's ready and set to go with us. We can choose by the roll of a dice which map we play. They're all cool. Oh, it's got loads of them. What you should do is like a tear and keep. He's going to build a Story Master theme park called Hollywood. Yes. Oh, funnily enough, actually, I saw a video of you guys. I not watched it, but I saw that there was. I must have been delving around on Ollie's archives, and there was a screenshot of you guys. Or was that on? That might have been on Facebook, actually. Hey Trace, how you doing? We're actually not far out wrapping up, actually, because we're kind of finished. But Tome of Terror Transylvania. So, Story Master's Tales, Tome of Transylvania, 4 tales to hunt vampires, werewolves, monsters, and ghouls. So yes, that's what we're going to have a look at next week. We'll see how it goes, and we'll fire up the old narrations and so on and so forth, which will be easier with everybody in the room. But it does mean everybody's going to be on the one mic, and so it could be rather chaotic. But hey, we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. And then the week after that, maybe something on Monday or Wednesday, but not Thursday because it's Lindsay's birthday and we're going out for dinner, and she's going for a spa and stuff. And then the week after that, no, this one is perfectly fine. No, genuinely, this puppy is absolutely perfect. It's what we used to use on the table for Lego. The Elgato Wave 3 is a great mic. It's an absolutely great mic. All fine. No, genuinely, we're fine. Should be, because we'll all be sat around the table. No, we're going south. Steve obviously didn't tell you he's looking after the cats for a week again. No, we're going to head down south for a few days, and then because we're going down to Aberystwyth, we'd invited Nathan the Cath and Maisie to come down, but Maisie's already got other plans, so but just us for a couple of days to wander around Aber and take some photographs because I want to see some stuff. What do you mean where the hell are we going now? I spoke to you about this the other day. Oh, did you buy the Tascam, Maisie? I'd still love to get one. That's on the list of things to buy. Steve's just pulling my leg because he knows we were going away for half term. Cheeky man. If not, I need to fucking find somebody to go look after the cats for a week now. Yeah, they should. They should just move in with you. You're quite right. It would make life a lot easier for everybody, wouldn't it? I promise this is the last one. This is the last one this year. It's just been one of those years. It's just bizarre how stuff, because we had organised bits and pieces, but I hadn't quite realised how much we have actually been away this year. Can you go to sleep now? Yes, Sylvie, you may. No, I know, Maisie. I know. Don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. Yes, Silver, you may go to sleep, and hopefully you can join us next week, assuming we can get fired up, which I'm sure we will. I'll be on the laptop, but it'll be fine. But failing that, yeah, do tune in next week. If not, I'll see you in 3 weeks' time for sure. Once we start back, because we're going to start doing Halloween stuff, which will be not House of Hell, Blood of the Zombies this year. That's what we're going to do. That means your interview with Nick Hodgson might happen. Excellent. Well done. I'm so pleased. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it. Yeah, we've managed to have a nice little chat for half an hour, so I've enjoyed that. Thank you, guys. Fully appreciate that. Lamfam, thank you very much for dropping by. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Guys, Steve Tracy, sorry, it's been short and sweet, but never mind. You rubbed morphine on your light bulb. It's a highlight now. Badumtish. There we go. Thanks, Jam. Appreciate it. Nathan Cordy wants his jokes back. Yes. Fantastic. And on that note, and on that bombshell, as I say, thank you very much, guys. Take care. Look after yourselves. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. We'll appreciate it. Subs, we don't worry, but follows are great for us. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a follow, like the stream, ring the bell, ding the doodah, hit the squiggle, and give us some well-earned love. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend, folks. See you again at some point next week for sure. And failing that, we will see you in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, night, folks. Take care. Look after yourselves. Ciao. Goodbye.